Hello everyone, it's me again. Have you ever wondered what kind of bizarre monsters exist out there that you've never heard of? In today's video, we're going to list the top terrifying mythological creatures. The ones we hope only exist in legends, of course.
1. Mananangal, the self-segmenter.
We start our journey in the Philippines to meet the Mananangal. Its name roughly translates to the self-segmenter, and believe me, that name perfectly describes its disgusting habit. This is a creature that is both terrifying and repulsive, initially appearing in the form of a deformed old woman.
Did you know in the Philippines, there's a creature that hunts at night? A woman by day, but when darkness falls, she splits her body in two. They call her the Manananggal. She leaves the lower half of her body behind, hiding it deep in the forest, while her upper body grows wings, long, bat-like, dripping with blood. They say she flies across the moon, searching for sleeping victims, especially pregnant women. With her long, hollow tongue, she feeds on the hearts of the unborn. One night, a man named Tomas stayed late in his field. He looked up and saw something gliding across the sky. At first, he thought it was a large bird, until it screamed. The sound was human, and close. He ran home, locking the doors, but through the roof, he heard wings beating and the slow scraping sound of something crawling above him. In the morning, the villagers found claw marks on his rooftop and strange drops of blood near the window. The next night, they searched the forest and found half a woman's body standing alone, waiting for dawn. They poured salt and ash into it. When the sun rose, a scream echoed through the sky, and the Manananggal was never seen again. But even now they say when the moon is full and the wind is still, you can hear wings fluttering above your home. And if you wake to the sound of something scratching your roof, don't look up, because she might be watching you.
If its top half doesn't find its severed bottom half before dawn, it will vanish. Thank goodness. Despite this, people still constantly report seeing these creatures. If you think this one is disgusting enough, then grab your knives and torches, because the Manananggal is actually the gentlest one in this whole video. Let's move on to the next one now.
2. El Silbon, Venezuela.
Next up is El Silbon, or the Deadly Whistler. This monster is different from the others on this list, and its story is truly a cautionary tale. Initially, this demon was an ordinary boy, a spoiled brat who got whatever he wanted.
This is why you should always lock your doors. A man in Venezuela was woken up in the dead of night to a strange haunting whistle. At first, he thought it was his mind playing tricks, but then he heard it again. Dragging footsteps echoed through the silence, creeping towards his room. But as whoever's outside arrives at the door, this happens. Something tries to get inside. The man believes he was visited by El Silbon, a wandering spirit of death from Venezuelan folklore, known to enter homes with open doors. The further it sounds, the closer he is.
If you hear me whistling at your door at night, listen carefully. Hello, my name is El Silbon. I wander the Americas whistling and knocking on doors at night. When the door is opened, I begin to lay my bones on the ground and count them one by one.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I collected the bones from all my victims, going all the way back to my father. When I was young, I lived in Venezuela. And one day I asked my father,
"Can you go hunting and get me a deer? I'm hungry."
He left, and when he returned, he had no deer. I was frustrated and unalived him. But my family found out, and my grandpa tied me to a tree and hit me with his whip. He then cursed me to walk forever and carry a brown sack of my father's remains. So now I walk around whistling and knocking on people's doors to count my bones for them. 5, 6, 7, 8. But if you are not listening, I will unalive you and your family.
It is said that the Whistler might appear next to your house on certain nights, put down his sack, and count each bone. If he counts the bones without anyone inside the house hearing the noise until dawn, one person in that house will die, and their bones will be added to the sack.
3. Macalabi, the Arcadian demon.
We'll temporarily put aside the land monsters to meet a creature from the sea, the Nuckelavee. There are no stories describing what it looks like when it's deep underwater, but an islander named Thomas claimed to have encountered it and described its appearance on land in striking detail.
Did you know about Nuckelavee? It is the name of a terrifying sea demon in Scottish mythology and folklore. Nuckelavee originates from Orkney, an archipelago in northern Scotland. It has a muscular body standing nearly 6 feet tall up to the horse's head and about 9 feet tall up to the human head, weighing nearly 2,000 pounds. The appearance of Nuckelavee resembles a horse with fin-like appendages on its legs. The horse's head has a wide mouth that emits toxic breath and only one large glowing red eye. Above it is the torso of a man with a large head fused along the horse's back. Uniquely, its body has no skin, grotesquely exposing all its muscles and blood vessels. Nuckelavee despises the smell of burning seaweed, created during the harvesting and burning of seaweed by the locals. Therefore, it harbors great hatred for humans and often harms residents living near the sea. In the summer, it is imprisoned in the deep ocean depths by a goddess named Mither of the Sea. When her power wanes in the autumn, the monster can come ashore, spreading terrifying fear across the islands. Nuckelavee's breath can wither crops, cause droughts, and spread diseases among livestock and humans. Apart from Mither of the Sea, no one can subdue it. However, with its weakness being a fear of fresh water, victims can quickly cross freshwater sources like rivers or streams to escape the monster's pursuit.
It is rumored that, like many other mythical creatures of the water, the Nuckelavee cannot cross freshwater, so if you happen to be chased by it, just jump over a stream or a creek and pray for luck.
4. Sipactli, the cosmic sea monster.
This is Sipactli, a monster from the Aztec belief system. They believed that before existence, there were 4 gods who used their divine power to create water. And most importantly, Sipactli, a cosmic sea monster with a bottomless belly, ready to swallow everything it could grab.
In the beginning there was chaos, a boundless sea, and a monster unlike any other. Chipactli, the primordial beast, a nightmare of snapping jaws, endless hunger, and writhing limbs. Its body was chaos incarnate. Every part of Chipactli was alive, and every joint was a mouth ready to bite. It floated endlessly through the void, a living storm of teeth and terror. But from this chaos, the gods desired creation. To build a world, they needed to tame the beast. Tezcatlipoca sacrificed his own foot to lure Chipactli, and in that moment, the gods struck. They tore the monster apart, not to destroy, but to shape. From Chipactli's body, they formed the earth. Its bones became the land, its breath the wind, its blood the seas. Even now, the earth trembles, as if the beast still stirs beneath our feet. Subscribe to Myth Bites, where dark legends and ancient myths come alive in every bite.
Using Sipactli's very body, they created the whole world. Its head became the 13 heavens, its midsection was molded into the earth, and its tail became the underworld. That sounds grand, but the next monster on this list is the one that will truly haunt you.
5. Skinwalker, the shape-shifting witch.
Stories about the Skinwalker originate from the culture of the Navajo people in the southwestern United States. In their culture, there are healers who practice medicine and magic for the benefit of the community, and the Skinwalker is their opposite, a dark version. They often start as healers but use their knowledge of black magic to harm others.
These are the top 5 creepiest skinwalkers disguised as animals. The last one will make you never trust the woods again. Comment which one messed with your head the most. But first, you will have insane luck if you like and subscribe before this video ends. First, the dog skinwalker. A dog caught on camera walking like a human until it sees you and suddenly pretends to be normal. Next, the horse opening gates. A horse calmly opens a farm gate with its mouth while a dog barks, like it knew exactly what it was doing. Next, the cat that speaks. You call its name, and it answers back in a human voice, whispering a single word, die. Next, the donkey skinwalker, a figure in a dark cloak walking like a man. Then mid-step, it morphs into a donkey and runs. Finally, the deer at the door. You open your door, and it's there, standing upright, staring in silence like it's been waiting for you all along. And that's why...
What is a skinwalker? A skinwalker is a shape-shifting demonic entity. It's essentially a Native American witch or warlock that sells their soul in exchange for immortality, the ability to take on the skin or shape-shift, oftentimes in the form of a wolf, a dire wolf, or a werewolf-like creature, but they can also take on the shape of other animals as well. It's a topic that I found the Native American community likes to stay away from. They don't like to discuss it. To even say the name Skinwalker is negative.
The Skinwalker is blamed for causing all kinds of mysterious trouble and misfortune, a horror that exists right within the community. It reminds us that sometimes, the monster is the very person we know best around us.
6. Teke Teke, the limbless ghost.
We will now explore one of the most classic and chilling urban legends of Japan, Teke Teke. The story begins with a poor girl who was bullied to a painful death. The girl's spirit became Teke, a half-bodied ghost, carrying a scythe and making a terrifying tek-tek sound as she drags herself along.
In Japan, people say if you hear teke teke near the tracks, don't look back. One girl was always bullied at school because she was half Japanese, half American. Her classmates were treating her differently, made fun of her, and blamed her for everything. One day after class, they were forced to clean the school grounds. One of the boys had enough. He shouted that it was her fault they had to stay late, then threw a bin full of garbage all over her. Humiliated and furious, she ran away. She stopped at the train station. It was crowded, noisy, and she just wanted to go home. But suddenly she was pushed from behind. She fell onto the tracks just as the train was coming. It sliced her in half. After her classmates even made jokes about her death.
She's not half the girl she used to be.
But one evening as they waited at the station, the platform was empty. Then they heard it. That sound getting closer. From the darkness, something crawled into view. Half a body, dragging a scythe. Before they could react, it rushed at them, slicing every one of them in half. And just before everything went black, they heard it speak. So now you know how it feels to be half Japanese.
It's strange that a fun show outing could turn into such a bizarre epidemic. Be careful when touching hot objects. Now, let's move on to a story about greed in Indonesia.
7. The corpse-eating demon, a slave.
This relates to an uprising in the Philippines and a legendary creature that the local people fear greatly. Did you know that, to quell the Philippine Civil War, they used the legend of the Aswang monster?
This is crazy. I didn't know this, fam. Yeah. But you know how in the Philippines they had a whole rebellion, like a civil war?
Yeah.
Now, apparently, the way they stopped it, they used the aswang.
No, like the actual ghost doing what?
No, check this out.
Yeah?
So, they used the aswang to stop the civil war.
What?
Check this out. Dog, pretty much the CIA, right? Because I think the US had a lot of sanctions in the Philippines at the time. And they obviously didn't want them fighting and shit.
Yeah.
So what they would do, they would find the rebel bodies.
Okay.
And they would put 2 holes in their neck. So the dead rebels, right?
Yeah.
They put 2 holes in their neck and hang them up on trees. So it looked like the Aswang god.
Oh.
Now, it was so crazy and the rebels believed it so much, there was a ceasefire and the revolution ended.
No. So they were that shook.
They were that shook, bro.
What the fuck?
So
that's truly insane. Just a legend about a corpse-eating monster could change the outcome of an entire civil war. This is proof that the power of fear and legends can influence history to such a great extent.
8. Slender Man.
If we're talking about urban legends of the internet age, then we absolutely must mention Slender Man. Unlike classic ghosts, Slender Man is not a monster from ancient legends, but an entity born from collective imagination online. Yet it has sowed fear to an absurd degree in real life.
So one night, this girl is in bed, and a tall, shadowy man comes into her bedroom. And somehow, he doesn't have a face, and he starts talking to her telepathically. And he says he's been following her. Now her name's Morgan, she's almost 12 and she lives a pretty normal life. But one day, one of her best friends, this girl, Anissa, she starts telling Morgan stories about this creepy mythical man she's been reading about online. A man they call Slender Man. And she tells her about how Slender Man likes to abduct people, especially kids. And Morgan loves these stories and the lore, and she becomes obsessed with Slender Man. Like he's scary, but at the same time, he's strangely kind of like a hero to her. Now eventually, one day, Morgan starts hearing messages in her head, and they're from Slender Man himself. He's reaching out to her and communicating with her telepathically, and he says he's been following her and watching her. And the more he comes to Morgan and talks to her, the more obsessed with Slender Man she becomes. Now
many consider him a harmless fictional character, but the influence of Slender Man has crossed the boundaries of the screen, causing real-life tragedies. Remember this well. The faceless man always lurks in deserted places, in dark forests, and especially in the minds of young victims. Do not look for him, do not draw him, and most importantly, do not believe that he is just a joke on the internet, because the faceless man is always watching you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow so I can keep protecting you from these creepy mysteries. Thanks for watching, my dear friends. See you in the next video. Bye!